Anna never thought a habit as small as a smile could change anything in her life. Certainly not in Russia, a country where people survived winter the same way they survived their feelings, quietly, wrapped in thick coats, and not looking directly at anyone if they could help it. She grew up in Moscow where the rule was simple. You look straight ahead, you walk fast, you mind your own business, you never make eye contact on the metro unless you want trouble or a weird conversation with someone who thinks the space station is spying on them. But all of that changed in the Philippines. She had gone there originally for a reset, a break from her stressful job and a breakup that had left her feeling like a cracked snow globe, shaken, scattered, and unsure where all the pieces were supposed to settle. Her friend recommended the Philippines because it was warm, cheap, friendly, and full of beaches that looked like therapy made of sunshine. She didn't expect the people to smile so much. The first time a stranger smiled at her, she thought he was flirting. He was an old man, probably in his 60s, sitting outside a sari-sari store holding a tiny bottle of RC Cola. He smiled at her like she was someone he had been waiting for all morning. She panicked and sprinted away like a startled ostrich, thinking he might chase her. Later, she learned that this was normal. Filipinos smiled because they felt like it. Smiled because the sun was nice. Smiled because it was Tuesday. Smiled because they saw you carrying too many grocery bags. Smiled because life didn't need a reason to smile back. Eventually, the smiles warmed her. It was like the country was giving her a soft blanket made of light, and she slowly learned to wrap herself in it. By her third month in Cebu, she found herself smiling at everyone too. The tricycle driver, the woman selling mangoes, the kids shouting, "Hi, Po!" every time she passed by, even the dogs who looked like they were permanently confused. When she returned to Russia after half a year, she didn't realize the habit had followed her home like a stowaway inside her suitcase. The first sign was at the airport. She walked out of the gates, saw a security guard looking half asleep in his heavy coat, and Anna instinctively smiled at him. A soft, friendly Filipino-style smile, the kind that said, "Hi, stranger, I hope your day is good." The guard blinked, looked around to check if she was smiling at someone behind him, then back at her with suspicion. Russians weren't used to unsolicited happiness, especially not from people wearing slippers and a tan. He looked like he wanted to ask if she was all right, but he only gave a polite nod. Anna walked past him thinking, "Oh, right, I'm home. Stop smiling. This is Russia." Serious face, no light in eyes, frozen soul mode, activate. She tried. She really tried. But habits have a way of clinging to you, especially habits formed under the Filipino sun. 2 days later, she boarded the Moscow metro. It was early morning, everyone packed together like sardines in winter jackets. The doors closed with their usual metallic sigh, and Anna felt the familiar heaviness of Moscow's morning silence settle around her. Then she made the mistake. A woman standing in front of her dropped her gloves. Anna bent down, picked them up, and handed them back with a gentle Filipino smile. The woman froze as if Anna had handed her a live grenade. "Oh," the woman said stiffly. "Thank you." Anna nodded, trying to keep her face neutral, but the smile escaped again. Small, warm, automatic. The woman shuffled backward like Anna was contagious. Anna wanted to bury her face in her scarf. Great, I'm a threat now. A smiling threat. But the funny part was this. A teenager beside them saw the whole thing and smirked. Just a tiny, curious smirk. A spark. Then another man, maybe in his 40s, looked at Anna as if studying her face. His mouth twitched, the tiniest hint of a smile. Not fully formed, but there, like the first shaky snowflake before a storm. Anna pretended not to notice, but inside her chest, something fluttered. Maybe she wasn't crazy. Maybe Russia could smile too. Still, she promised herself she would tone it down. Smile less, raise eyebrows more, blend in. That lasted 3 hours. Her first real test came at the grocery store. She was in line at the cashier, holding her basket filled with eggs, milk, cabbage, and a jar of spicy tuyo she somehow found in the international section. The man in front of her kept glancing back nervously. Anna realized she had been smiling at his dog, a fluffy little Pomeranian sticking its head out of his coat. She tried to stop, but the dog was too cute. And in the Philippines, dogs were friends. She used to greet every street dog like a neighbor. The man finally turned around fully and said, "Do we know each other?" "No," Anna said, but the smile stayed. "I just like your dog." The man slowly widened his eyes. "Why are you smiling so much? Are you selling something?" "No, She hesitated. "I just came back from the Philippines." "Oh," he said, as if that explained everything. "The happy country. Well, yes." He nodded respectfully, but still guided his dog away from her smile as if protecting it from secondhand cheerfulness. Anna sighed. Clearly, smiling was dangerous here, but she couldn't stop. Even when she tried to hold it in, her cheeks wanted to betray her. It was like the sunshine inside her had decided to squat in her soul permanently, unaffected by Moscow's cloudy skies. Then something unexpected happened. One afternoon, while walking home through her apartment complex, she passed by an elderly woman struggling with her grocery bags. Without thinking, Anna rushed over, grabbed half the bags, and smiled at her warmly. The woman stiffened, gave her the full Russian grandma interrogation look, and asked, "Why are you helping me? Are you lost? Are you trying to sell me vitamins?" "No, Baba," Anna said gently. "I just want to help." The woman stared at her so intensely, Anna wondered if she had made a mistake. But then, slowly, very slowly, the old woman's face softened. "You're not from here, are you?" she asked. "I am," Anna said proudly. "Moscow-born, just spent some time in the Philippines." "Ah," the woman said. "That explains the glow." "The glow?" Anna laughed. "Yes," the old woman replied firmly. "You have the face of someone who eats mangoes." Anna nearly choked on her air. She walked the woman all the way to her building. Before they parted, Anna smiled one last time. The old woman frowned like she was resisting it, then finally smiled back, awkward, stiff, but real. It was like watching winter melt 1 millimeter at a time. Over the next few days, things began to shift in tiny, nearly invisible ways. The barista at her favorite cafe began greeting her with a slight grin. The stern janitor in her building nodded at her instead of ignoring her. A little girl in the elevator smiled freely at her. Children always recognized kindness before adults did. And one morning, on the metro again, Anna found herself standing in the same crowded cabin, surrounded by blank faces, tired eyes, heavy coats. She was holding onto the handrail, half asleep, half lost in thought, when she noticed the man sitting in front of her drop his pen. She picked it up and handed it to him. He looked at her, expression neutral, and she smiled. A tiny one, a soft one, almost shy. The man's eyebrows lifted. Something inside him seemed to shift. Then, to Anna's surprise, he smiled back. Not a big one, but enough. A moment later, the woman beside him noticed. She glanced at Anna, then at the man, then her lips curved too, like she had accidentally caught happiness out of the air. It spread like a small ripple on still water. Another person saw them smiling and smirked. A teenager giggled. A grandfather at the corner grinned at Anna as if she was doing magic. Maybe she was. Anna felt warmth rise in her chest, the same warmth she felt walking down Philippine beaches at sunset. The same warmth she felt in sari-sari stores and jeepneys and tiny homes where people with very little still shared their food without hesitation. She didn't know that she was starting something. She didn't know she was becoming a spark. All she knew was that smiling made her feel alive again. But not everyone liked it. Later that week, her coworker Sergey confronted her in the office pantry while she was making coffee. "You're different," he said bluntly. Anna blinked. "Different how?" "You're happy." "Is that a problem?" she asked, half laughing. "Not a problem," he said slowly. "Just unusual. You're smiling all the time. People are talking." "Talking about what?" "That you might be in love." Anna laughed so hard she almost dropped her mug. "I'm not. I just got used to smiling in the Philippines." Sergey nodded thoughtfully. "So it's the tropical happiness thing?" "Yes, I guess." He leaned closer. "Teach me." Anna stared at him. "Teach you to smile?" "Yes," Sergey said, serious as a doctor diagnosing a patient. I think my face forgot how. Anna burst into laughter, and the sound echoed around the cold little pantry like someone had opened a window. She thought he was joking, but he wasn't. 2 days later, her manager approached her during lunch. "Anna," she said, "we've noticed your unusual positivity. Could you maybe train the team? You know, boost morale, teach whatever it is you learned in the Philippines?" Anna stared at her boss, wondering if this was a dream. Russians were asking her to teach smiling. Next thing you know, they'd ask her how to make a fiesta inside the office pantry, but she agreed. The first thing she taught them was the Filipino rule. Don't smile with your mouth, smile with your eyes, smile like you're greeting a neighbor, smile like the world hasn't beaten you yet, smile like you survived a typhoon and still found food in the fridge. The team giggled, struggled, tried, failed, tried again, and finally started getting it right. They learned to smile slowly, awkwardly, then naturally. The energy in the office changed like someone had turned on a heater in the middle of January, and yet, Anna didn't realize the biggest change was yet to come. One cold, windy evening as she rode the metro home, something beautiful happened. A toddler across from her started staring, intensely. Children always stared at her now, curious about her sunshine-like aura. The toddler's mother was exhausted, her eyes barely open. So Anna smiled at the child. The little girl blinked, then smiled so brightly her mother woke up. "What did you do?" the mother asked. "I just smiled," Anna answered softly. The mother looked at her daughter's happy face and said, "Can you smile at me too?" Anna did, warmly, gently, like a soft tropical breeze. The mother's tiredness melted. She smiled. Then the elderly man next to her saw it and smiled. Then another woman. Then another man. Anna looked around. The entire metro car was smiling. Not widely, not perfectly. Not like Filipinos who smiled like their hearts were shaped like suns, but enough to change the atmosphere, enough to make the metal walls feel less cold, enough to soften the air around them. Anna felt something catch in her throat. Emotion, warmth, disbelief. A stranger's voice from beside her whispered, "You see what you did?" "I didn't do anything," she whispered back. "Yes, you did," the stranger said. "You brought summer into the winter." Anna looked down at her hands. Maybe she had. And then she realized something even deeper. She wasn't done changing things. Russia wasn't done changing either. And this was only the beginning. Anna did not expect to become a phenomenon. She didn't expect anything at all, really. She simply kept doing what felt natural after half a year in the Philippines. She smiled at people. But Russia wasn't used to people who radiated sunshine in sub-zero temperatures, and for that reason alone, the country started noticing her. It happened slowly at first. A co-worker smiling here, a barista smiling there, a kid waving at her in the elevator. But gradually, something else began to form. A pattern she didn't realize until someone pointed it out. It was her mother. Her mother had always been a stern woman, a classic Russian mama who believed life was equal parts suffering and soup. When Anna entered the house for Sunday lunch wearing a bright yellow jacket and smiling as she kissed her mother Isa's cheek, her mother squinted as if someone had pointed a flashlight at her face. "What happened to you?" her mother asked, gripping her wooden spoon like a weapon. "Nothing," Anna laughed. "I'm just happy." Her mother's eyebrows twitched suspiciously. "Are you in love? Is it a man? Is he Filipino?" "No, Mama," Anna said, still smiling. "No man." Suspicious. They sat down at the table. Her mother ladled borscht into bowls while eyeing her like a detective trying to decide whether to call backup. Anna tried to eat normally, but her mother kept staring at her mouth. "What is it?" Anna asked finally. "You're smiling," her mother said. "At the soup." "Yes?" "Do you know something I don't?" Anna sighed. "Mama, smiling is normal in the Philippines." Her mother scoffed. "Smiling is normal for children. For adults? For strangers? For soup? No. Suspicious." Later, her mother pulled her aside near the sink while washing dishes. "Listen," she said. "I don't know what the Philippines did to you, but be careful. People will think you're unhinged. Anna laughed so hard she had to hold onto the counter. "Mama, it's just smiling." Her mother frowned. In Russia, smiling without reason means two things. You are up to something, or something is wrong with your brain. Both dangerous. But that was the funny thing. Her mother said this while trying very hard not to smile herself. Anna caught it. A small curve, a tiny twitch, the beginning of warmth breaking through her mother's winter-hard expression. "You can smile," Anna teased. "I can," her mother snapped. "I just don't." "Try it." Her mother inhaled sharply as if preparing for military training. Then she smiled. It was the smallest, most awkward, most precious smile Anna had ever seen. She burst into laughter again as her mother turned red and scolded her. "Don't laugh at me. My face is not built for this." Anna hugged her, and whether her mother liked it or not, she smiled back again, grudgingly, but real. She thought that would be the peak of her smiling adventure. She was wrong. 1 week later, something unexpected happened on the metro. Anna was standing in her usual spot, holding the overhead rail, lost in thought. A boy sitting across from her dropped his apple. She picked it up and handed it to him with her warm Filipino smile. The boy's mother looked at Anna with wide eyes. "Wait," she said. "You're the smiling girl." Anna froze. "What?" "The one from the video. My sister sent it to me." "What video?" Before the woman could answer, the train stopped at the next station. People began to get off. More people entered, and suddenly, a teenage girl shrieked, "Oh my God, it's her!" The entire cabin turned to look at Anna as if she were a celebrity. She wanted to melt into the floor. "What video?" she repeated. The teenager pulled out her phone and showed her. It was footage from a different day, one she didn't even remember. Someone had secretly filmed her smiling at a little girl who smiled back, then at the mother, then at the elderly man beside them. The video had captured the moment the entire metro cabin slowly bloomed into smiles like flowers opening at the same time. The caption read, "Woman brings Filipino sunshine to Moscow Metro." Anna's stomach dropped. "Filipino sunshine?" The teenager grinned. "You're trending! 6 million views on TikTok since yesterday." 6 million? "Yes, everyone is talking about you. They call you the smiling snowflake, the tropical angel, the metro sunshine." "I sound like a weather phenomenon," Anna muttered. Another passenger chimed in. "I saw you on the news." "The news?" "It was on a feel-good segment," the man said. "About positivity and adapting cultural habits from abroad. You're practically a national treasure now." Anna sat down overwhelmed. She wanted to hide her face in her scarf, but people kept smiling at her, greeting her, even asking to take photos. "So this is what being famous feels like," she whispered to herself. "It's terrifying." But even through her shock, she felt something else. Hope. If people were reacting this strongly to a smile, maybe Russia was hungrier for warmth than it admitted. The next morning, she checked social media. Her friends were messaging her. Co-workers sending screenshots. People she hadn't spoken to in years tagging her in smile-related memes. A local cafe posted a chalkboard sign that said, "Smile like the Metro girl. Your coffee is free." Her manager approached her that same day. "Anna," she said gently, "would you be willing to do something for the company?" Anna braced herself. "If you want me to teach smiling classes again, I can—" "No," her manager said. "We want you to host a weekly positivity moment for the whole office." "A what?" "A short session every Monday, like a morale booster, you know, because of your Filipino smile magic." Anna nearly lost it. "Filipino smile magic? That's not a real thing." "Well," her boss said, "whatever it is, it works." Against her better judgment, she agreed. The first session was awkward. 30 coworkers staring at her like she was a guru trying to convert them to the cult of happiness. But she remembered something a Filipino friend once told her. Happiness spreads fastest when you don't force it. Just show people what it feels like. So she didn't lecture. She simply spoke from her heart. "You know," she said, I used to walk through life like it was a battlefield. Head down, fast, cold. But in the Philippines, people smiled at me without wanting anything. That small moment changed my day. It made me feel human again. And I brought that back with me. I didn't expect it to mean anything. I didn't expect it to change anything. But maybe we need this more than we think. The room was silent for a moment. Then someone sniffed. Someone else cleared their throat. Even the HR lady, who never showed emotion, looked misty-eyed. After that day, the office changed. People greeted each other. They ate lunch together. They joked more. They smiled more. But the biggest turning point in Anna's story came unexpectedly. It was a cold night in February when everything happened. She was walking home through her apartment complex when she heard someone crying. Soft at first, then louder. She followed the sound and found a young man sitting on a bench, shoulders shaking. She approached gently. "Hey, are you okay?" He looked up, startled. I'm fine, sorry." "You don't sound fine," she said softly. He wiped his face. "I just had a really bad day. My girlfriend left. I lost my job. I feel like the whole world is against me." Anna sat beside him, giving him space. She didn't say anything wise. She didn't try to fix his problems. She simply smiled. Warm, gentle, Filipino. The young man blinked through his tears. "Why are you smiling?" "Because someone smiled at me once when I needed it most," she said. The man stared at her, confused, but slowly, his face softened. A moment later, he whispered, "Thank you. I didn't think anyone noticed me." "I notice you," Anna said, "and you matter." It was simple, human, soft. And what neither of them knew was that someone watching from a window recorded the entire moment, not to go viral, but because they thought they were witnessing something beautiful. The video went online that night. By morning, it had 20 million views. People wrote thousands of comments. "I didn't know a smile could do this. I cried. Russia needs more of this. This girl brought the Philippines home with her. Happiness is free, why not share it?" And then something even more surprising happened. A Filipino news station picked up the story, then Filipino vloggers, then Filipino OFWs around the world, sharing it with pride, saying, "Look, a Russian girl brought our habit to her country." Anna's inbox exploded. Filipinos sent her messages thanking her, saying they missed home, saying her smile reminded them of jeepneys and sunsets and sari-sari stores. One message stood out the most. It was from a small school in Cebu she had volunteered at briefly. The teacher wrote, "Dear Anna, the children saw the video. They said, 'Look, Ate Anna is sharing our smiles in her country. They want you to know they are very proud of you.'" Anna cried for a long time that night, holding her phone to her chest. She didn't feel like she had done anything big. She didn't build a building. She didn't save a life. She didn't invent a machine. She just smiled. But maybe smiling was bigger than she ever realized. Over the next few weeks, something magical and a little unbelievable happened in Russia. A TV show invited her for an interview. A charity group asked her to be an ambassador for mental health awareness. A metro station hung a poster in her honor. One smile can change a day. Her city started a small annual event called Smile Day, inspired by what she had unconsciously started. People gathered in the park, played music, shared food, greeted strangers, and even tried Filipino-style karaoke despite being horribly off-key. And one day, Anna's mother called her. "Are you watching the news?" she asked urgently. "No, Mama, why?" "Turn it on." Anna did. On screen was a live broadcast from a metro station. The reporter was excited, almost shouting, "Today something incredible is happening in Moscow. Hundreds of passengers are smiling at each other. Some say it started with one woman who brought home a Filipino habit of kindness, and now the whole station feels different." The camera panned to the crowd. People smiling, people laughing, people greeting each other, people helping strangers with bags, holding doors, offering seats. A man held up a sign, "Smile like Anna." A woman held another, "Filipino kindness is contagious." Anna stood there trembling, tears spilling from her eyes. Her mother sniffed loudly on the phone. "Do you see?" her mother said. "This is because of you." "It's not because of me," Anna whispered. "It's because of what the Philippines taught me." "Well," her mother said, "whatever it is, it's beautiful." Anna didn't know what to say. She didn't know how to process the fact that she had accidentally started a cultural shift with nothing more than warmth she borrowed from the tropics. But she knew one thing for certain. The Philippines had changed her, and she, in turn, had changed a small part of Russia. Months later, on a sunny April afternoon, something extraordinary happened. Anna was walking through the city square when a little girl ran up to her, panting. "Excuse me," the girl said. "Are you the smiling lady?" Anna laughed. "I guess so." The little girl handed her a small handmade card. On the front was a drawing of a woman smiling under the sun. Inside it said, "Thank you for making my city warm." Anna knelt down and hugged her. As she held the child close, she realized something. Warmth could travel. Warmth could survive winter. Warmth could cross oceans. Warmth could live in a single smile that traveled from stranger to stranger, heart to heart. She had brought the Philippines home with her, not through souvenirs, not through food, not through beaches or postcards, but through something simpler and more powerful. She brought home a smile, and Russia, in its own hesitant, beautiful way, smiled back.